All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Competitive analysis and keyword research tips. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And then after you subscribe, just comment below saying that I subscribed, and what I'll do is I'll reply back to you. I'm just so happy that you're here. And don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited to find out how to avoid competition. You know, if you're thinking about entering something or starting a new business, this is the place to start. You want to know what your competitors are doing. You want to know what not to do, you know, not to enter something too competitive. So go ahead and smash that like button for that. All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my desktop view. I'm using Open Broadcast software today. So a little bit different software than I normally use. Normally we run off of Zoom. So hopefully it's kind of a cool setup and that you guys can see everything good. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. Hey, Brad from Iowa. Hey, welcome. Someone says, I want to start a niche blog while monetizing it with Amazon, but not sure which niche to start with. Will this keyword research be able to help me with that too? Absolutely. So whether you're doing Amazon, whether you're doing any kind of affiliate marketing, whether you're doing any type of SEO really, local marketing, this is going to be perfect for that. So let's just take an example of local SEO to start with, and then maybe we'll do like an Amazon example too. So if you have examples you want to see, you can go ahead and throw that in the chat box, and we'll try and get to some of them to show you examples. But let's say, for example, that we were interested in ranking in, I'm in the city of West Bend. So let's just say we were interested in ranking in West Bend, my city, and we were going to rank for, or we were thinking about ranking for, I don't know, let's just say chiropractor. So let's look at the keyword West Bend, WI chiropractors. I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see it good. Okay, so what you want to do actually is these first results that pop up are the 3-pack, which is, you know, the Google Maps 3-pack. And this is only going to show for local keywords. If you're doing like Amazon, you're not going to see these results. So you can decide if you want to analyze the competition in these results, or if you want to just move down and skip those results, so you can actually go and just analyze the competition of these. Sometimes they'll be similar, like Woodridge Chiropractic Clinic, the first result in the Google Maps. They're also the second results in organic, which makes kind of sense because a lot of the things that we do to rank in Google Maps is going to affect organic listings, the listings that appear underneath it. So let's just take them for example, and I'm going to show you kind of the things I look for. A couple of tools I want to recommend for you first. Number one is Keywords Everywhere. So keywordseverywhere.com. This is my go-to tool right now for getting keyword research done without having to spend anything. So it's a free Chrome plugin. You install it, it puts a little, it'll put like a little K icon at the upper right hand of your browser. You don't really need to worry about that. But more importantly, what it's going to do is you can see here under my Google searches, it shows the volume. I'm highlighting it right now with my mouse. It shows that we've got 20 searches per month, and it'll also show the cost per click. Okay, and then it does have this competition metric, but I want you guys to ignore that metric because we're going to be analyzing competition in a different way. Because this metric is mainly, to my knowledge, for AdWords, and we're not running ads. We're actually looking at the SEO competition factor for ranking. So that's the first tool that I would recommend you get because you want to know, you know, does your keyword have a significant amount of search volume? And when it comes to local, search volume is going to be lower, right? You know, seeing 20 per month on a local keyword is not out of the ordinary. If you're looking for Amazon, though, you're going to want this to be higher. You know, somewhere between 100 and 1,000 per month would be much better for an Amazon keyword. But for a local keyword, you know, we're used to seeing stuff under 100 because local results are small. They don't always have the data there to back it up. Like, not always will this data be accurate for local. So that's why I say that. So anyways, we start our research off after we've decided that the keyword has enough volume for us to go after. When we want to analyze the competition, we actually want to go and open up the site. So let's just open up this Woodridge Chiropractic Clinic site. And what we want to do is we want to analyze the backlinks of our competition. So this is one of our competitors here. We want to know, hey, are they doing SEO on this site? Do they know what they're doing? So we can kind of look and see if they have, you know, good content with keywords in it. So West Bend Chiropractors, I can see that must be a keyword that they're sticking in. They have another one right here, West Bend Chiropractors. So I can get a good gist of it right off of that alone, that they're doing some on-page optimization, right? They're going on their site, they're actively optimizing a little bit. But what about their off-page optimization? And when I speak about off-page optimization, I mean things that they do that aren't on the website. So like backlinking, stuff like that. And for that, we use another tool. And the tool of my choice is Majestic, but there's lots of other tools out there. Some that come to mind are Ahrefs, Open Site Explorer, SEMrush. And the other thing that you can do, if you don't want to pay for any of these tools, you could go to a site called Fiverr.com and you can type in backlink analysis. And I highly recommend you do this before entering a niche, because you don't want to find out later after you've built out a site, after you've spent money on writing content, that it's just too competitive to rank in, right? Because, I mean, you could do it, no doubt about it, but you're going to be spending more time and more money on backlinks and stuff like that. So it's best if you can go for the low-hanging fruit. Does that make sense? You want to go after stuff that's not going to be super expensive to rank, which is going to get you the most bang for your buck. So that's the way I look at things. And like I said, here you can go on Fiverr and do a backlink analysis too if you want. But if you're getting serious about this stuff, I recommend Majestic. They're not too pricey. I believe they charge you every quarter, and it runs like $100 or something like that every quarter. So basically 3 or 4 times a year you get charged about $100. And it might be more or less, it's just somewhere around there. So what you actually want to do is you want to grab your competitor that you're reverse engineering here, Woodbridge Chiropractic, and you want to punch them into Majestic like this. You want to use the fresh index. That's what I usually do. And we're going to hit search. And I'm going to show you the metrics that we're particularly paying attention to during this. Okay, so what we want to look at is we're not really concerned with the backlinks. You see this number is really high. It says 2,000. What we're really concerned with is the fresh referring domains. So basically what this is signaling to me is that they have backlinks coming from 7 referring domains, and these 2,000 backlinks, it might just mean that they have backlinks on, that on one of these domains they might have 500 separate pages with backlinks, which doesn't do them a whole lot of good. You really want those backlinks to be from separate domains. So that's why I look at this metric right here. This is the first metric I take into consideration, the fresh referring domains. Now, if this metric is under, like, let's say 20, you're pretty safe to say that this is low competition, because it's pretty safe to say that you're going to be able to get at least 20 backlinks. At least I'd hope so. And if you're not sure if you're going to be able to get 20 backlinks, then the next metrics you want to look at are trust flow and citation flow. They're the 2 metrics up here. On the left is trust flow, and on the right is citation flow. You can see one says 3 and one says 20. So what I look for in these 2 metrics is how close together they are. If they're really far spread apart, it's safe to say that the backlinks that they do have are low quality. So like right now, it's trust flow is at 3, citation flow is at 20. They're super far apart. I can safely say that their backlinks that they do have are really low quality. So I may not even need as many backlinks as they have. If I just went and got some higher quality backlinks, then I'm probably going to be pretty safe. So basically, this is what I make out of this. I know that I need at least 7 backlinks, but I could probably get away with half of that if I go after really high quality backlinks. Maybe from renting from a private blog network, or maybe starting my own private blog network, which is kind of a topic for a different video, but I just wanted to point this stuff out for competitive analysis because a lot of people were asking about this, and I think it's something important about keyword research. So let me know if you guys have any questions. You can go ahead and comment in the live chat if you're live with me right now, and let me know if you have any questions, or if you have a specific keyword you want me to research and look into, I can do that as well. I'm just looking into these questions here right now. I have my own blog. I use Amazon on it. Awesome. I want to know details and Fiverr to Craigslist logos video. Well, we're not talking about Craigslist in logos in this video, but feel free to comment on that video and let me know what you want to know, and I'll see if I can answer it. Or if you want to drop me a comment, we'll see if we can answer it in a future video. But particularly, guys, what do you want to know about keyword research or competitive analysis? And someone said they wanted to see this on affiliate marketing. So let's do an example for affiliate marketing. That was kind of my example for local marketing. So if you guys remember my Amazon series, right, we did a series on a rock climbing site. And in that rock climbing site, we targeted rock climbing shoes. So let's not use rock climbing shoes, but let's use something else in rock climbing, like maybe rope or something like that, or maybe chalk bags. Let's look at chalk bags. So I might just type in rock climbing chalk bags to start with, and just kind of see what the search results are. Okay, so we've got a nice search volume here of 1,300 per month for rock climbing chalk bag, and I could even niche this down a little bit more. Here's some more stuff. Unique chalk bags. Let's see what that gets. Okay, 170 per month. Funny chalk bag, 170 per month. So if I wanted to niche down even like, kind of further, I could do that. Let's see what else. Make your own chalk bag. Let's see what that gets. Okay, 110. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to research this, make your own chalk bag. So let's grab one of these sites here that are on the first page right now, and let's punch them into Majestic. So this is coming from a pretty authority site, it looks like to me. But this is the particular page that's ranking. So let's look at it and know that it's probably going to be pretty competitive, but that particular page might not be so competitive. Okay, Majestic is kind of flopping out on me. They're not showing anything, which might just be that page doesn't have much. Let's go to the root domain. I bet the root domain has a lot. And then we'll know if Majestic is just bugging out or what. Okay. So the root domain has a lot. Not as much as I would have thought, though. I mean, 70 is a lot. Check out the trust flow and citation flow. They're pretty high. They're pretty close together, all things considering, and a lot higher than the previous example that I showed. I'm also going to go and we're going to check out the second one as well. This Instructables Make a Chalk Bag and see what they have going on. Okay, so they have 11 referring domains. So this is a little bit more along the lines of what I wanted to see. And trust flow is low. Citation flow is also low. Whenever you see these two numbers under 10, it's a good factor that it's probably not the strongest of backlinks. And I mean, they're kind of close together, but the fact that they're both under 10, and especially the fact that trust flow is extremely low, I would be willing to say that these backlinks that they do have are not very high quality at all. And they only have 11 of them to begin with. So it'd be safe to say that I probably could get away with, going for even half of these for the backlinks and, going for higher quality stuff. And the cool thing about Majestic also, hey, what's up, Andrew? Welcome. The cool thing about Majestic also is you can click on the backlinks tab and you can actually see exactly what backlinks they have, where they came from. Like they have a backlink coming from littlethings.com. So you can actually figure out what backlinks they have. And, just where exactly they're coming from. And it might give you ideas, too, on where you can get your backlinks. Someone said nature herbs for a keyword. Sure, we can do an example of that. So we'll type in nature herbs, and I think we're going to want to niche down probably even more. Although we could start with this, but I'm guessing that this is going to be kind of broad. You probably could even niche down more and by clicking on one of these sites and finding a particular example of an exact herb. That might be good too, like ashwagandha. Let's do a Google search on that. Okay, that gets a lot. What do you think about the niche for nature herbs with great testimonials? I think it would be a really good niche. I think it's something that's really hot right now, or natural herbs. I think natural herbs would be a really good niche, but depending on your offer, I don't know if you're looking to do an Amazon affiliate site, or if you're looking to run some type of CPA offer. But I think it would be a really good niche to go into. So let's just kind of look into some of these that come up. Catnip. Okay, ashwagandha. Let's reduces anxiety. So here's something that we could go and use. We could say natural ways to reduce anxiety. Okay, search volume, 720 per month. So this is kind of the way I would approach this niche. It's a really good example, and I'm glad that you brought this one up, because you see how I just took a product or took a broad niche that you gave me, right? And I went and I niched it way down by going and doing just a little bit of extra research that took me just a couple more minutes to do, right? And now I've gotten something that's way more niche specific. And I could do that, here's 25 herbs listed on this website. I could do that probably 25 different times or more. So natural ways to reduce anxiety. I could go and I could look on, one of these websites, Dr. Axe. I think this is a pretty popular site in this niche. I'm not super familiar with it, but I'm pretty sure it is. Let's just kind of do a Majestic search on it and just see how competitive it is on this particular one. Okay, 100 referring domains. So that's pretty competitive. He's got a pretty high trust flow on it, pretty high citation flow. They're spread out a little bit, but I would be willing to bet that these backlinks going to that are pretty good based on the fact that both of those trust flow and citation flow are above 10. And based on the fact that they have 100 fresh referring domains, I'm going to say that that's a pretty competitive keyword. So that's the number 2 result. Let's look at the number 4 result and see kind of how far away they are from that. Okay, so the 4th result's not nearly as competitive. It only has 12. Still good trust flow, good citation flow, a little bit far apart, but still above 10. So still pretty decent, right? But much lower. So I think the conclusion that we could come to with this one is that, let me go back, is that we're probably not going to outrank Dr. Axe, but we could probably get in the top 4, right? We could probably get in the top 4 here, and that's going to be pretty good. There's a chart somewhere on Google that shows the click-through rate of what you'll get based on what position you're in. I don't remember exactly what the site was, but if you do a Google search and say click-through rate of page 1 Google, you probably could find it. I'll see if I can find it really quickly because it's pretty neat. This is way back from 2014, this one. So 1 through 5, let's see here. Okay, that was old. Oh, AOL did a study back in 2006. It looks like this is the latest study. So position 1 gets 30% of the clicks. Position 2, 14%. Position 3, almost 10%. So if you got position 3, you're basically going to get 10% of 720 monthly searches. Okay. What is a good name for my website? Herbist has healing herbs for all diseases. A good name for your website would be something that I guess encompasses this, something that encompasses herbs, something that encompasses natural. I would say, come up with something catchy on that. I like to use a tool. It's called Impossibility. And I'll show you this. This is a really cool tool. It's impossibility.org. And what I like to do is type in some words in here, like we could say natural, and you can choose if you want to put an adjective, verb, or noun, if you want it to be 4-letter, 5-letter, 6-letter, and if you want it to be at the beginning or end of the word. So let's just say we want it at the end. And it'll show you all the domains that are available. So naturaleen.com, naturaledgy.com, naturalglad.com. So you could come up with kind of a brandable domain name that way without really having to put too much thought into it. Natural saving, naturalhumble.com. Some decent ones in here that you could probably come up with very easily without really having to put much thought into it. Brad says, is Big Dogs Cooking a good website name? Yeah, I think that would be a good one, for sure. Sam says, for local terms, if the first page has lots of sites like Home Advisor and Angie's List, does that mean low competition? So that's the thing. You can outrank directory sites no problem because directory sites usually aren't focused on optimizing for a specific page. They're kind of just doing a shotgun approach. They're creating a bunch of pages throughout their site and they're just kind of spraying it out there, and what sticks. But whenever competition comes in and actually has a good backlinking campaign, like if you set up a good backlinking campaign in place, you're going to be able to easily outrank those directory sites. So I wouldn't shy away from that at all. I have a Shopify store for best friends. How can I get ranked on Google for matching best friend tees? Well, let's take a look. Let's do some competitive analysis on it and just see what it looks like. So matching best friend tees. So for starters, it looks like we probably want to separate the words. It doesn't look like there's much search volume for it, for starters, but that's not 100% that you're not going to get any traffic from it. It's just saying that right now there's really not much search volume. Maybe Google just doesn't have enough data, but, you know, kind of take that for what it's worth. You can come down into the suggested search though, down here, and you can see what some of the suggested searches say. So check this out. Best friend t-shirts online gets 260 monthly searches. That's a much better t-shirt or a much better search phrase. Or how about matching best friend shirts, which gets 1900? That sounds like a much better one, right? So let's check out one of these searches. And again, that's the keyword research part of it. Now let's go into the competitive analysis part of it. And again, here's how we would approach this. We'll go and check out one of the top ranking listings. Skip the ads, because ads are AdWords. People develop what's called banner blindness to those anyways. You know, people aren't really paying attention to those. So ignore those. And then come down to the organic results, the ones that don't have ads by it, and click on one of them. What tool do I use to calculate searches? I'm using this free browser extension called Keywords Everywhere. It's keywordseverywhere.com. Not affiliated with them in any way, but it's just a tool I use and it's free. Okay, so let's do a competitive analysis on this site, who was ranked, I think, number 2 in the organic results. Okay, and we'll just figure it out and see what their backlink profile looks like. And it's not really pulling up anything. So it looks like they don't have much of a backlink profile to speak of at all. Let's look at another one. These look like they're more using that shotgun approach like the directories use too. So they're just kind of hoping some stuff's going to stick. Majestic might not actually be showing all of them, because it's showing that they have some decent trustful and citation flow, which is probably from the root domain, but it's not showing on that specific page. So again, I would guess that they're using the shotgun approach and that they're actually just creating a bunch of random pages and just hoping stuff sticks. So I think you could probably get away with ranking for some of this stuff, like best friend t-shirts online, matching best friend shirts. You could check into that, doing the same thing. You know, looks like you'll be ranking against Pinterest and stuff like that, which is going to have some probably pretty hefty authority behind it, but you know, try it out and see what happens. Sam says, I've heard of people hiding their PBN links from tools like Majestic. Is there a way to tell if a competitor is doing that? So the best way to tell is just kind of using common sense. And it is possible to do. You do it in your robots.txt file, and you hide certain sites from actually viewing or crawling your site, basically. You put in a little line of text that says, hey, I don't want you crawling my site. I don't want you on it. I want you having nothing to do with it. And then they can't list the site. At least they shouldn't. So there's really no way to tell if they're doing it. It's just kind of common sense. Like if you know a phrase is super competitive and it's not showing links like kind of like this did, it's just not really showing anything, then there's a good chance they could be hiding it from the results. I don't know if that's the case with this one or not, because I'm not super familiar with the market, but like, let's say, for example, I would type in like rhinoplasty Miami or something like that, and I were to come and I would take the number 1 site and stick it in here and it said they had 0 referring domains. Well, obviously I know for a phrase like that, they must be hiding their backlinks, because they wouldn't be ranking without any backlinks. All right, cool guys. Well, that's all for this stream. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see more and you want to see more streams, what you guys can do is you can go and head over to my Facebook page, facebook.com/HelloPaulJames, and go and drop a comment on there with what questions you want answered on the next live stream, and I will go live and answer questions for you guys. So, you know, go and stop by there and ask some questions. You know, like the page. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe here and make sure you've got the bell notifications turned on. And if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed it, thought it was helpful, you like these live examples where I can kind of walk you through stuff over the shoulder, you know, do me a favor and go ahead and smash that like button right now. You know, hit the thumbs up button. I'm Paul James signing off for this time. We'll see you next time. Peace out.